hugely significant, according to many of our analysts tonight. But level 1 restrictions changed to say that the sale of alcohol for off-site consumption is barred from Friday to Sunday. You are allowed to drink at a restaurant or other place that is licensed, and religious gatherings restricted to 250 people indoors and 500 outdoors. Let's speak to Bishop Malusi Mpumlwana from the South African Council of Churches. Bishop, thank you for being with us. Is this what you asked for? Are you happy that more people will be allowed to gather at churches?
Thank you for having me. Well, you know, it's one of those interesting cases. All the religious leaders had asked for half the venue, the size of the venue, as the numbers. And now there was one presenter, that was Advocate Badnos from Forza, who specifically said 500 and 250. And I saw the president smiling at that prospect. And I think that ultimately that's where they went towards.
Was this favoritism?
No. I think that, well, the rest of us did not specify the numbers. We just said half the location, half the venue. But she's a lawyer, so she was much more specific. She's a lawyer representing a number of churches.
Yeah.
She was very specific to say 500, and the president said, I like that. And maybe because she's a lawyer, the president is also a lawyer.
Yeah.
And said, I think I like that presentation.
Do you believe
it turned out that's actually...
Yeah. Bishop, do you believe you failed to present a really credible plan? Yes, most churches want that 50%. Thinking about it, I guess you could have thousands congregating in the parking lot after the event, even if you keep 50% of the seats open. And earlier, analysts said that the religious leaders just haven't given some viable alternatives here.
Well, as you can see, I'm telling you, this was a viable alternative. That's why they took it.
True.
But you see, for most churches, to be honest, that number is perfectly appropriate because they're not very big. But the issue here is to cater for the mega churches. And that's what we were trying to accommodate as well because, you know, I mean, there are mega churches that are 5,000 seaters, 6,000 seaters. And we asked them, specifically those that are members of the SABC, your Rhema, Grace Bible Church, those churches, we asked them, do you really expect us to say you want 3,000 people? They said, no. We would be comfortable with a max of 1,000 because if you got a 6,000 seater, 1,000 people is plenty of space to spread out, better even than would have been the case in an unventilated place of 50 people.
Yeah.
So it was more like the kinds of churches, the question would be, if they did that, would you then be able to look at and monitor all the churches that can do that? I think that in the end, they decided to go with caution. And as I say, the majority of the churches will be comfortable with 250 because most of them are not that big.
I know you can't speak on behalf of each and every church, Bishop. Yeah, carry on.
I was going to say that even as we made that request, we also then had a task team specifically to focus on what measures are we going to take in the drive to drive down. And we said we will make sure that, and the president actually made that point here, make sure that we don't go as usual before to a congregated area where everybody goes. There will be no sleeping over, there will be no cooking. We also said we'll ask the congregations and their families to make sure that if you got a birthday over the next 3 months, it must just be a cake with the house, no friends, no extended family. Yeah. If you got Mtumbi, Malobolo, all those things must be postponed.
Well,
that's our offering.
Thank you for bringing that up, because finally I was going to say you can't speak on behalf of everybody. So there are always questions about Mariah, the ZCC, but yeah, just tell us what's going on, and can you assure South Africans finally, Bishop, that super spreader events won't be under the auspices of the church this time?
I think that most churches over the last year have actually learned how to manage this, whether they are SACC or not. I think that churches generally, I'm not saying that there are no churches that are going to rebel against this, that churches can do that. But I want to make this point that those people that, obviously lots of people will be staying at home. the SACC is specifically organizing an ecumenical service for Good Friday at 9 o'clock. People can watch on SABC 2, and on Easter 11:30 SABC 2. That will take care of the interests of those that can't go to regular worship, and it's a kind of a consolation in partnership with SABC.
All right, thank you for mentioning that. I'm sure many will appreciate it. Thank you very much, Bishop Malusi Mpumlwana from the South African Council of Churches. And that